Okay, so a few weeks ago, I showed you a deck called the Mystic Martian Oracle, and I totally just adore this deck. It's really kooky and quirky and fun. I really love it. And then around that same time, I did two readings. One was on the Bermuda Triangle and one was on Atlantis. Both readings discussed ETs, aliens, beings from other planets. And this got me thinking about this topic a lot more than I ever really had. So I was on Etsy and I just so happened to see this deck. And I was like, Goddess must want me to see this deck because this looks like something that's right up my alley, okay? So I contacted the creator, and the creator sent over this deck and this book for the purposes of doing an honest review. And this, of course, was a gift, a very generous gift. So what I'm going to do now is exactly that. I'm going to give you guys an honest review. I have not seen these cards. I am very excited. So I'm going to do the introduction and we're going to jump right in. My name is QueenAusetHeru, and thank you for joining me for another wonderful edition of Ask an Aquarius. If you haven't already, please hit the red subscribe button and smack the bell. Also, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and pass it on to anybody and everybody who might want to see a cool deck about space. If you could please leave us a positive comment in the comment section, I will be eternally grateful. Also, if you would like to get a reading done, please email me or hit me up on social media. All my information will be underneath this video as well, along with my Patreon, my PayPal, my Amazon wish list, all of the above. But above my information will be the direct link to where you can buy an authentic copy of this deck and this guidebook. Okay? Let's get started. I'm so excited. So I took the plastic off, but I did not take the cards off. I'm just going to show you the guidebook. So the outside of it is a bit glossy. Here is the back of it. If you want to read it, let's see if we can get a good read without the gloss. It looks like Star Wars like that. Let's go this way. There we go. There we go. Awesome. So the first thing I did notice is that it talks about reversals in the front of the guidebook, how to, spot the reversals and how to use them. There's a cool bookmark in here. There's also a thank you from Carmen. This is the creator. Thank you from her. And her information on Instagram is right here. And inside the guidebook, there is a description of each card, full color, which is really cool. And there's a description of each card. And it looks like to me, the suits. Oh yeah, back there is the spreads. There's spreads back here. And it looks like the suits have been renamed. So we're going to get a chance to see how that looks. That's going to be fun too. So now that we've seen the guidebook, let's look at this deck. First of all, I'm very pleased at this box. This is a good box. I can tell just by touching it, it feels really nice. Has a nice little soft finish on it. And it's hard. I told you guys those tuck boxes are so flimsy. And a lot of decks come in them. Let's see. Yeah, that's really hard. So this would be cool. It'll last you. Oh, look at this. We got to see this part. Alright, so the comets are going to be the cups. The lasers are going to be the swords. The planets are going to be the pinnacles. And the rockets are going to be the wands. Okay. Okay, so you can download the book or you can get this one. So that's awesome. You have two options there. Alright, and let's see what's in the bottom. Ooh. Okay, so here is the back of the box. I showed you the back. If not, that is the back. And the inside of the back has some type of This is a language, I guess, for these aliens. Cool. So, wow, they have their own language. That's decent. Very creative. I like that. And then when it comes, it just has that little piece of plastic right there. So I'm going to snip that off. There we go. And we're done. All right, now we can get into this deck. I am so ready. I'm ready like Tevin. Okay, so they are the size of a standard size tarot card, okay? They're not much, you know, larger. Just the standard size. They can fit inside my holder pretty neatly. When I hold another standard size card with it, yeah, it's exactly the same size. So that's perfect. Perfect sizing. I just saw something cool that I have to look at again. Ah, look at this, guys. Oh, the foiling on the edges. Oh my god, that is so cute. I love that. Awesome. That is a great choice. Look at the backs. Another great choice. Man, this deck is cool. And those are the zodiac signs. This is really cool. Let me show you guys the card stock. I know you guys are always interested in that. Not too thick, not too thin. Let's pop it. All right. Nice jump back. Great. These are going to shuffle very well. Let me push this back, guys. I want y'all to be able to see without glare. Okay. And pull this down some. Here we go. Again. See, without glare. Wow. Look at the Fool. Okay. All right. We're getting right into it. All right. Let me see. I'm pushing my rings down because they're sliding off my fingers. Oh, wow. And see how the language is all in the background? So theoretically speaking, you could sit there and translate that and see what the message actually says for yourself if you want to. So our manifester is our magician. Okay, cool. Awesome. They've changed some of the names. We see this up front. So this is definitely not a Rider-Waite clone. They're doing their own thing, but you clearly see the Rider-Waite symbolism. The Oracle, it gotta be the High Priestess, but you have the columns next to her. So you see a lot of the things that you saw. Here go the Crescent Moon right here. So it's not a Rider-Waite Smith clone. It's I would say Rider-Waite Smith inspired. However, it's enough inspiration that I am having no problems understanding what it's trying to convey. The Empress is beautiful. She's not pregnant, but she does have little babies. For those of you who want a non-pregnant Empress, this is your girl. The Emperor. So the symbolism is definitely fitting for me. I love the use of different types of creatures. They look like they're from all types of different, let me move this over so that won't fall. Good. It looks like they're from all types of different, I don't know, you know, planets. So I'm like, okay, I like this a lot. Check out our lovers. Very cool. And I can't tell if they're women or men. I can't really tell. So I like that. I like that androgynous energy, so you could see yourself there. Oh, African Americans in space. I love it. I freaking love it. The Chariot. Oh my goodness. Yes. I love this. Look at this, guys. This is a very well, first of all, it's well made. The box is awesome. The cardstock is the kind I like. The edges, the backs, this is really cute. And it's so sweet. I love the fact that it's kind of cartoony, you know. I like that, and I like the reinvention. This is our hermit. Our hermit this is the sexiest hermit I've ever seen. The hermit is usually just an old man, and he is an older man, but he's handsome. Okay, all right. I'm really feeling these. As you can see, they're borderless, which y'all know is my favorite. I love a good borderless deck. Borderless, awesome artwork, and the diversity amongst even the beings. I love that so much. We have masculine energy, we have feminine energies. And it's very unique, even though it does have, you know, like I said before, the Rider-Waite Smith inspiration. It's very unique. I love the interpretations. Check out Temperance. Now that's a cool Temperance. And she looks like a goddess, and like she's about to, you know, pour some water on this dead planet or something. That is really cool. And it looks like, just from skimming this, there must be some type of a graphic novel or comic book. It looks like there's something that goes along with this. Now, I didn't read up on it, but as we were looking at it, I saw it say something about that. And I'm like, ooh, okay. So is there a book coming out with this? Like an actual book about these characters? Because these characters are really awesome. Look at that. Man. The artwork and the characters, this is very unique. It's going to be a lot of fun to pair this. For those of you that are into pairings, it's going to be so much fun to pair this with the Mystic Martian Oracle. Oh my goodness, they're going to be so cute together. And the star, oh my goodness, the star is full figured. I love her. I love her so much. Oh, this is awesome. I love the idea. I love the execution. I love the artwork. It's nothing about this I would change. It's definitely, this is a 10 out of 10. Because I don't see anything here that I would be like, oh, I would change that. You know, this is all like, yes. I'm just hearing constant yeses in my head. Judgment. Oh. I wonder, is she a goddess like Mayat? You know, judging at the end or something like that. Man. If she does have a book with these characters, I'm definitely going to read it, because now I'm very interested in what these characters are up to. I want to know about the girl. The what was she? Was she the chariot? I want to know about the chariot. Comet is beautiful. The colors. I mean, you guys know about me and colors. These colors are really doing it for me. There's one kind of deck that I rarely ever use. I have several of them. And you probably almost never see me with them. Black and white decks. I have one that's Harry Potter, and I do use that one because I really love the illustrations. But in general, every deck I use is color. You know, usually bursting with color. There are some exceptions to that, but I love color. So this is definitely checking my boxes. I wonder, is this our chariot? I think this is her. I'm not certain, but I do want to know more about that character. This is awesome. The Six of Comets. Aww. She's so cute and little. Oh, okay, so that's the Six of Cups then. Okay. Nostalgia, the past, and childhood. Let me see if I can pull this up further so you guys can see more of the details. There we go. Okay. I like the different kind of cups. I really like that this one has what looks like a crystal. That looks like a Lemurian, like the one I have back here. Very similar. Cool. Man. I love the background. The sky. Oh, the stars. Let me tell you guys. I lived in the city my whole life, and I would see the stars on television, okay? I never really paid attention to the stars until I moved to Costa Rica. And one time I was outside, and I just so happened to look up, and the sky was full of stars. I had never seen that, because when you live in the city, the lights, you know, they kind of like impede your ability to see the stars. And when I first saw how many of them our ancestors were seeing, I was like, wow. Now notice that they changed. This is our page. Hold up, let me make sure. Yeah, I think this is our page, guys. Ensign, yeah, Ensign so-and-so. Remember on Star Trek, if Ensign so-and-so went with them on Star Trek, you already knew Ensign so-and-so was going to die. Period, point blank. Because they're not going to kill Will Riker. They're not going to kill Picard, but they will kill Ensign so-and-so. So Ensign is our pages. Lieutenants must be our knights. Looks like the night captain is our beautiful queens. Awesome. I love the use of her green skin color. And the day captain must be our king. Okay. Let's see. Ace of Rockets. Okay, so I'm feeling the fire. Alright, so this must be the wands with all this fire. Love the fire. She is adorbs. Love her outfit. Is that Earth she's holding in her hand? About to play racquetball with it? Okay. 3. Here's our 3. Oh, wow. Yeah, it does. It reminds me a little bit of Star Trek. Just a little bit, though, because these characters are really fun and unique. Not to say that Star Trek didn't have fun and unique characters, but these look like different. Completely different. But I love it. I think it's beautiful. I think what reminds me of it is the uniform. Some of them are wearing these uniforms, and it's really reminding me of Picard. Yes. Yes. She is awesome. I like this character. I like her a lot. Now this is cool because look at how close up it is. And this is the 8 of Wands. I love this because the 8 of Wands is always, you know, something flying. So it's all these shooting this way. Usually the 8 of Wands is shooting that way, which is interesting. And sometimes it's shooting that way. So I love the way that in this interpretation it's going up. I like that a lot. And I actually like that more for the 8 of Wands than in the other directions, because it should be something that's rising. So that was a great choice. Here's another rocket, the 9. Ooh, disqualified. Uh-oh. I hope that was a game and not real life. 10. Okay. All right. See, these are really awesome. Oh, and look at this creature, this ensign. I like the way her face is drawn. I like their costumes too. Very, very, very nice costumes. Here's our lieutenant. And here is our night captain. Okay, so the night captain does not have to be a woman and vice versa. Because last time our captain was a woman, our night captain, and our day captain was a man. So now our day captain is a woman. So that's cool. I think it's going to be a lot of fun to translate what these say. I think that is going to be so much fun. I'm going to study this deck. I'm going to do a deck study with this because it's going to be fun to see what those little messages are, like kind of like a decoder ring. When we were kids, we used to get these little decoder rings they would give you. So I would love to see that, and you had to like decipher the message in the little ring. So I would love to see that. I also think the deck is a lot of fun. I think it's fun to look at. I think it's easy to read. You clearly can see what they're doing, you know, by the expressions on their face. Their faces are very full of expression. Like you can see it. You know, I love her hair too. Yeah. And this one right here, even though you don't know what this says, I don't know what that word means, but this got to be the 5 of Pentacles. You can tell by the way that they look, their stance, you know, it's perfect. I love it. That's what makes me want to study it, because it looks like fun. It looks like a fun deck. I've got to show this deck to one of my friends. One of my friends is a professor, and she's making a deck. And we always talk about, you know, our differences, because the kind of decks I love and the kind of decks she loves are totally different. So I really want to show this to her, because I actually think this is one that she's going to like. Anybody that's into aliens, you know, would like this deck. And anybody, like I said before, that wants to pair it with another alien deck is perfect for that. I did see others on the market, but to be honest with you, this is the best one. I compared it to other ones before I asked for it. Look at this. I love this, and I love that whole scene. I love that. Like grandma, I'm watching them from the window. Ensign of planets. Awesome ensign. This is pretty. I like the way he's holding the planet, he or she. I can't tell if they're male or female at all. Some of them have pretty faces, but they're masculine bodies, and some of them do look female. I really can't tell, but I don't care. I like that. I like that ambivalence to it. Like, she looks like a female possibly, but I like that ambivalence to it, because remember, these are different races, so they might not identify as male or female. They might have a whole different, you know, categorization system. So it makes perfect sense. And that way, like I said before, I can see myself in any of these, you know, of these images. That's awesome. All right, here's our last suit. It's lasers. So lasers has got to be swords. Reminds me of Star Wars. Because I don't think they had swords on Star Trek. They had some kind of they had something that was like an energy gun or something like that. Aww. Four of lasers. The five of lasers. The only thing I did notice in here that I did not see a lot of larger bodies. I did see one. I think it was the star, if I'm not mistaken. But I would love to see more of those. You guys always know I'm the first one to mention body types. And I'm also the first one to mention age. I don't see very many older beings in here. I would like to see how and I did see one. I saw like the grandmom and the Ten of Pentacles. But I would like to see more about how these beings age. If they age. Maybe that's part of the storyline. Maybe they don't. Because there was a one storyline that was on Star Trek, as a matter of fact, where they did not age. And then there was another one where they died. You know, they didn't have to die. The government basically killed them when they got to like 30 or something. And you know, they had to be quote unquote reborn, but reborn really meant that they were just killing them. So I'm looking at this thinking to myself, I would love to know how these beings age. But other than those two things, I think this deck is awesome. I highly recommend you get this deck. I don't remember how much it costs, but it was reasonable. It's an indie deck, so of course indie decks are going to be more than mass market decks. I think it was, I don't remember the cost of it. I think it was in the 50s. I don't remember. But I'm going to put underneath here the link to it. So if you want to check out the price and you want to check it out and this guidebook, you can check them out separately. But remember, it is an independent deck. So the money is going to the creator. So that's always good. And here's our last one. Oh, she is cute. Day Captain of Lasers. So since we have a few moments, let's look up the Day Captain of Lasers. Let's see if we can find her. And what it says about her. Alright, so the Day Captain of Lasers. Chaos operates under the impression that she, a timeless being, is omnipotent. This is absurd, as only one being in this universe is omnipotent. And even they don't know what they think they know half the time. Nonetheless, she confidently acts under this illusion of perfect foresight. It is ironic that the embodiment of chaos itself believes it has clear and perfect vision. But all embodiments of anything must necessarily make some kind of sense and bow to some rule of order. Okay. The King of Lasers represents a stoic mindset that is so well controlled it may suffer from self-denial. This card may come off as self-important while there is great wisdom. This card is an extreme and can easily leave room for the great folly of believing one has it all figured out. The moment we have it all figured out, something a great deal stranger will come along to prove us wrong. All right, so I love this. And what I just picked up from what I just read is that you don't have to read this like tarot. You can read this like tarot if you want to. You know, like for instance, this was, what was it? The Swords. Oh yeah, the Queen of Swords. Yeah, the Queen of Swords is a trip. So you can read her as the Queen of Swords, like we normally do with tarot, or you can choose to read her as the Queen of Lasers and take this interpretation. It is very similar though. But I'm just saying that there is, like, you know, the author has definitely done some creativity in those areas. So you can actually use this guidebook and do your own thing with it. Yeah, and the characters have names and everything. So you can use this guidebook and do your own thing with it. Or you can use it as a Rider-Waite-Smith inspired deck and just read it that way. So there's two ways to read this. That's why it would be fun to do a daily pull with this, or like a long extended study with this. You also, like I said before, can use this and pair it with other decks and just use it as regular tarot. It's very versatile of a deck. You don't have to just do one thing with it. I could do a love reading with this deck if I really wanted to, and probably will, knowing me. You know, it has all the hallmarks there that if you are a seasoned reader, you could probably use this for a number of different things. And if you're a beginner and you're just learning tarot, this inspired enough by the Rider-Waite-Smith that a beginner can even use this deck. If you're somebody who's into tarot, you've never had a deck before, and you fancy this one, you could use this deck. Definitely. You would just have to use the guidebook, or you'd have to get another book. I highly recommend this. And if you're a collector, this is so cool to have in your collection. And it's unique because it's indie, and you all know that indie decks are the ones that have a tendency to eventually go out of print. So I'm glad I got my copy. So if you guys want one, check out the link underneath this video. And please come back soon because I have a lot more to say. See you later.